Vinyl peeps, we've got another What's Spinning on our tables coming at you.
So we talk about records all the damn time. Most of the time, it's within the context of a show and a theme. But those records aren't necessarily what we're listening to at the time. So we figured we'd take a little break from that and tell you guys what is actually on our turntables at home. And John, do you want to start us off with what you've been listening to lately?
I'm going to start off, but I'm going to actually start it off with a little turntable real quick.
Oh, yeah. Whip that out.
Okay. It's a Crosley.
These have a bad rap. I'll hold on to it.
It's a Crosley, but here's the deal. This little puppy, which it has a...
Yep, there you go.
Has a built-in tuner. It was $25 American at one of those Urban Outfitters sales.
That is so cool.
So for $25, I could not pass it up.
Yeah.
Plus, it's this cool velvet. Look at that.
I like that.
That's fun.
But are you listening to these on there? Do you listen to much on there?
No. I'm going to replace the stylus because it's probably a crap stylus.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. So what are you playing on your big boy turntable?
On the big boy turntable.
Yeah, I'll take this.
Pokey LaFange. And Pokey, he's like it's kind of a big band sound. It's like cabaret music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not one of those things you would go after right away, but it's another one of those bands I heard on the NPR thing, and I'm like, oh, I got to get something by this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just a different sound.
How is he American? Is he European?
He was born in Bloomington, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's close.
Pokey, is it Lafarge?
LaFange.
Lafarge,
maybe.
Well, I'll have to check him out. I have never heard of this guy.
It's like the music you would hear in "O Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Oh, okay. Well, how did you come across this guy?
The NPR. Yeah. And I'm like, I got to try that.
That's awesome.
And it showed up, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun.
That's cool.
It's not one of those records you put on every day and listen to, but it's good background that is not offensive.
That's great, man. I love the cover.
Yeah. And it does have that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" kind of look.
Yeah, definitely.
That deadpan kind of.
That's cool. Huh. Great.
Got to go after the unusual.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I know somebody that does that, it's you.
It's me.
Yeah.
And I guess after hearing Bill Monroe at age 16, he traded the guitar his grandfather had given him for a mandolin.
Huh. Okay.
So he's out there.
Bill Monroe, that's classic bluegrass music right there.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. Well, I have been listening to Blue and Lonesome a lot because we did our Stones rankings, and this wasn't in our top 10, but it was on my side list as like a honorable mention.
Yeah.
And this thing came out December 2016, and it was recorded over 3 days in December of 2015, and it's basically some of their favorite blues music. They're arranging it, recording it, doing it all in the studio. And it's kind of a full circle moment because the Stones were always huge blues dudes.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think, I think as they went on, you could hear more of that influence. But early on, that wasn't really there. Early on, I think the Stones were in a thing where their identity was somewhere between what they wanted and what the Beatles were doing first.
Yeah.
And the further they went into their career, I think they came into their own more. And it was as a blues band And you listen to this, it's raw, it's live sounding. It's the last album that Charlie played on. I think he played on a couple of songs on the newest one that they've done. What's that called? Hackney Diamonds. But yeah, so this is kind of like the end of an era. And what an album for them to end on.
And I really, during this tour, they were doing smaller clubs, not big arenas, but I know some people who had a chance to go see it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was phenomenal.
That's awesome. Yeah, but this is just filled with Just Your Fool, Commit a Crime, Blue and Lonesome, All of Your Love, I Gotta Go, Ride 'Em On Down, Hate to See You Go, Hoodoo Blues, Little Rain, Just Like I Treat You, and there's a version of I Can't Quit You Baby on here, which is one of my favorite Willie Dixon songs that,
Ooh.
Zeppelin did a great version
Yeah.
of too. But yeah, that's a good one. And it's a double.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones I've wanted to get. It hasn't been, one, it's pretty expensive usually.
It's not easy to find
Yeah.
for a decent price. But yeah, that's one of the things that I've been listening to.
Well, that's a nice one. And my next one.
This is a big one.
This is a big one for me because this soundtrack, Atomic Blonde, was a white whale forever. I mean, I had it on order one time and they canceled the order because it was backstocked.
Huh.
And it's one of those records that for a long time, I mean, I considered paying a pretty penny for this. It was up well over $100.
Oh man. It's such a strange, I mean, it's a weird movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty high energy. And of course, Charlize, I'd watch everything that she's in is good.
She's a tremendous
Yeah,
actress.
great actress, beautiful. But why has this been one of your white whales?
I love the soundtrack. I love the music mix. It's heavy 80s. I mean,
Turn this around.
You've got Bowie with Cat People, Major Tom by Peter Schilling, Blue Monday. It's a cover by a band called Health, and 99 Luft Balloons by Nina. That, I'm not kidding. That's one of my favorite songs.
Is it because part of it was sung in German?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
I like the German version.
Yeah, you got Voices Carry on here, which is Till Tuesday.
Der Kommissar,
Der
Cities and
Kommissar.
Dust, Sushi.
Yeah.
It's
London Calling.
Yeah, it definitely checks a lot of boxes for me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It's
Great.
just a really good mix, and the producers from the start felt that the right songs for the project were crucial.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool when you have a record that you've been wanting for a long time and you finally get it.
It was when it showed up, because I got it for, more like $30, and I'm like, it's everything I want. It's perfect,
Yeah.
and it's this.
It almost feels like your birthday when that thing when that thing arrives.
It was like when you check off something you've really been looking for and you get it. It's like, oh, it's magic.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was a big one for me. This is a treasured album.
Very cool, man.
And Mondo, this company who put it out, they've done a couple of releases. I also picked up another release from them, another soundtrack release, and they just, I don't know, they do a bunch of horror soundtracks. So they do unusual films that are kind of hard to find.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where did you just order it online?
Through Mondo.
Through Mondo?
Yeah.
Was it decently priced?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm having to clear my throat again. Now, one of the things that I've been listening to a lot since I got it about a week ago, and I didn't bring it with me, so that's why the Vinyl Ventures record is up there, is Velvet Revolver's first record, Contraband. And it originally came out in 2004, so I think most people know, but I will talk about it. It's comprised of Slash from Guns N' Roses, Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses, Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses, and who else is in the band? Boy, So Scott Weiland, obviously from STP, singing / lead guitar, Matt Sorum on drums, Duff on bass, and Dave Kushner on rhythm guitar. And this is a record, for some reason, I never see at shows. I never see it available at stores. And so for some reason, I just got it in my mind that it was ridiculously priced and out of my range. And then about 2 weeks ago, I was looking for it, and I found it and ordered it, and it came to my house. And that same day, Michael Young got a hold of me, and we were going back and forth with some text. And I was like, hey, man, look what I just got. And he's like, oh, cool. And then he sent me a picture of his. And then he sent me a picture of his STP Purple that he has that's signed by all four guys.
Yeah.
Because he was in the radio industry at the time. And, so we kind of had a nice interaction there. But this album is just fantastic. There's so many good songs on it. It is a super group. And they only did 2 records. I don't have their second one. I haven't even started shopping for that. I'm going to assume that one's not cheap either. But it's nice when you fill in a gap in your record collection that you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for.
Yeah.
There's just those outliers that are kind of sitting there that are available and you don't even think about it. It's also an MOV.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But the first single off of this was Set Me Free. Slither was the second one. Fall to Pieces and Dirty Little Thing. Slither, Guns N' Roses has actually taken into their set list on their shows.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool of Axl to play a Velvet Revolver tune. So
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was one of those ones that I always wanted, but I just always assume that it's not available. You know, those records in that like 95 to 2004 period, you always wonder if
They're hard
they're
to get.
available.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I have them on CD, but they're kind of hard to get. But I just filled in a spot in the V's.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have a good time talking to you guys about what's on our turntable and what we have spinning, but we want to know what you guys have spinning. So get on our social media, get on our YouTube channel, maybe watch a few of the video morsels that we have up there, and also communicate with us and tell us what you want to see us open and talk about, themes for shows, all of that stuff that we always ask you guys to do. But most of all, we just want you guys to keep the stuff spinning, right?
Keep it spinning.
Yeah. So for Wheels, I'm Jay, and we'll catch you all the next spin around. Huh?
Nice.